I saw a movie not too many years ago, and I forget what the title was, but it was about this young boy. He was maybe 8 or 9 years old, and every single day he would go next door to the sculptor's studio, and he would watch him work. Now, in the beginning, the sculptor sat there, and there was this huge block of granite before him. And then day by day, week by week, month by month, he began to chip away at it. And after several months, the sculptor had made this statue of a very happy young child. And the little boy sat there and watched this all this time, all these months, just intently staring at him. And when the sculptor was done, the little boy asked him, "How do you know that child was inside there?" Michelangelo had a similar comment when somebody said, "How on earth could you create the statue of David, something that magnificent?" And Michelangelo said, "The statue of David was always in the block of marble. I just chipped away that which was covering it up." Now, I tell you that story because the life that you desire to live, the life of your dreams, is inside you right now, this very moment. It is inside there wanting to be uncovered, wanting to be expressed. And with that in mind, life has some rough edges. The choices we make chip away those rough edges. We can choose whose company to keep. And there's a lot of company that makes life rough. We can choose the emotional environment that we want to be in. And there's some environments that make life rough. But it's the choices that we make, where to go, who to be with, what to do, that chip off those rough edges and allow that life that we want to live to truly emerge. And it becomes the life of our dreams. All those little things that trip us up, that push us down, that make us skin our knee, don't have to take an effect in our lives. We can bypass all of that stuff. And see, just as a sculptor had a vision in his mind, he knew of the statue that he wanted to create. And just as Michelangelo had a vision in his mind and he knew the statue of David that he wanted to create, it's important that each and every one of us have a vision of how we want our life to be and then pledge our life to that vision. And that all comes down to, what do you value in life? What do you want to see show up in your life? So you were born into this world, in the beginning of your life. At some point in time, your life will come to its completion, the end of your life. In between the beginning and the end, there is time. It is called your lifetime because it is yours and yours alone. Nobody else's. You can do with it whatever you choose. It's your lifetime. So the question is, how are you going to spend it? How are you going to spend your time? What is it you value? What benefits you? What do you want to see show up in your life? That's where you want to spend your time. You need to take a look at your time just like you look at your money. Now, if between now and next week you have 168 hours to spend your time any way you choose, I don't care how you spend it, any way you want to, 168 hours. Let's say, for instance, that I came out and I gave each and every one of you $168. Said, here's a gift. It's not a loan. It's yours and yours alone to do with what you want. Go spend it any way you choose. Would you take that money and spend it on food that was spoiled or food that you didn't have a taste for? No, you wouldn't do that. Would you take that money and would you spend it on clothes that didn't fit you or that weren't your style or didn't appeal to you? No, you wouldn't do that. Would you take that money and spend it on a book or a movie or a concert of some sort that you had absolutely no interest in? No, you wouldn't do that. You'd spend the money on something that was of value to you or somebody else. I think we'd all agree that we value peace of mind, harmony in our relationships. We value joy, we value laughter, we value merriment. We value all those things. So that is where we spend our time. And that just comes down to pledging our allegiance to that which I value. And it can be as little as one thing. I pledge my allegiance to peace of mind. And peace of mind is going to be first and foremost in directing all of my choices. If peace of mind isn't in a choice, or if it doesn't lead to choosing something that will increase the peace in my life, then I need to rethink my choice. You figure out what you value. You figure out what you want in your life. You pledge your allegiance to that, and you base all your choices on it. See, we make choices every day in every single thing we do. Some are small, inconsequential choices. They don't really make a big deal of difference. But others are major choices. We choose things that are going to have an effect on our future. And so with that in mind, if we make good choices now that are conceived with the thing that we value, and that's basically creating the future that we want to live. It's all about choices in your time. Your time, make choices. How are you going to spend it? As we move into meditation, I just ask you to think about that. Think about you and your lifetime, how you want to spend that time, what it is you value, and then just be amazed at how you're able to create that in your life. Between now and next week, 168 hours to create what it is that you value. We'll be back here next week and we'll compare notes. We now move into meditation.